Welcome in, readers. I am Ook, and we are here for another episode of the Chill Pill. I did the math like Monday night and could tell you how many this was, but luckily, when this all goes to the online, the YouTube, and Spotify and everything, it'll already have the number on it, so you'll know what it is, even though I don't right now. I am super excited to have with me the winner of the California Regional, Pezmaster. Hey, Pez, how's it going?
It is going well. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thanks for being on. I've been kind of hoping for this one for a bit. I think we weren't friends on Discord, and I know you're not on Discord a whole lot, so it was a bit before you saw it. But I was like, it's cool. Everything's already on YouTube, so we can do this whenever.
Definitely. It was a weird one because I didn't know how to get to my messages on Discord until I was just playing around with it and then I found it and I was like, "Oh man, on June 1st you had sent me a message." So I felt really bad about not responding till like a month later.
It's okay. Friday, I've got Frank coming on, and the we have been going back and forth for like 6 weeks trying to get him on as well, because we're going to talk about the May speed event. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's just well, with him, it's a lot more about getting the time zones and everything matched up. He's in Japan, and he lives a weird time zone life for Japan, so it's what
Yeah.
I would assume is a normal time for him is not. So everything has just been a little odd.
Yeah.
So, gosh, you and your sister just kind of came out of nowhere in Columbus last year. I know you had been in the Discord, and had you been playing Fightcade with us before then? Or was that kind of your high one?
No. Yeah, so I had looked up anything to do with Dr. Mario because I was so interested. And you know how everyone is, they think they're the best until they play everyone else. So playing at home, always I was like, oh man, I can totally beat everyone. And then I started looking online and I found that there was a championship in Ohio. And I think I was too late for any regionals, especially because there was none near us. So I told my sister Sahara, I was like, "Hey, let's go to Columbus." And she thought about it, and so we ended up there. And from there, I started getting into the whole community. And I mean, we can go into detail with that if you like.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it's just so backwards from the way I usually talk about it. But, I mean, meeting you guys in Columbus, and, I mean, you just kind of came out of nowhere. I remember I think it was probably the night of qualifiers when we were looking at the list of the brackets, and we see number 7 Pezmaster, and everybody's like, who is this guy? Like nobody knew. And then of course your sister comes on and steals the show in her bracket, and so just the two of you guys
Yeah,
made this huge impact. And coming into Cali as well, which we're going to talk about today. That part is just such an interesting story. It's talking about anything past that almost feels like burying the lead. But yeah, you're right. I do always start with the big question, which is, how did you guys get into, or how did you in particular get into the game? I know I'm going to talk about Sahara quite a bit probably, but you talk about her, and then I'll
sure.
follow your lead. But how did you get into the game, and kind of what's your background with it?
Yeah, so way back when we first came to this country, I was around 4 years old. And my aunts and uncles were already here, so they had like a Nintendo and they had a couple of games like Super Mario Brothers, and one of them was Dr. Mario. So we ended up somehow having one of the Nintendo systems they had, and so we started playing Dr. Mario, and of course, past that we played, Sega and eventually Nintendo 64 and so on and so forth. But we always played Dr. Mario. My parents still play it. We play it. My brother, which is the eldest of the three of us, he played at some point too, but he never kept with it.
Mm.
And so, you know, anytime we wanted to just break out a game instead of playing all the newer stuff, we would break out Dr. Mario.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's mirroring Perula and Pangolin and their whole family because it's the same sort of story with them. A lot of just and I'm
Yeah.
wondering if that's going to become a theme where when everybody plays, then everybody gets good. So you guys, you said you were searching the internet for stuff about it. So how I don't know. Was it maybe the Switch that got you interested in looking for more outside of your own family, or what kind of sparked the interest in looking for a competitive scene?
Yeah, so actually I never played it on Switch.
Lucky.
And I was just, I don't know, I was just searching it because the only two games I ever prided myself on, at least I still think I'm good at, is Dr. Mario and Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64. And so I looked up, tournaments and things or anything to do with them, and I ran into the Dr. Mario one, so I wanted to see what it was all about.
Oh, wow. And this was just this last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I think many, many years ago I had looked into stuff, but I guess it was vague enough where I couldn't find anything. But definitely this last year I started seeing the 2023 championship and prior to that. And so I kind of looked at all the videos and everyone seemed to play really well, but I was like, maybe I have a chance. So that's where it kind of all started.
Well, if it's many, many years ago, it might have predated what we're doing anyway, because the DRMC only goes back to
Yeah,
about 2017. And even then, it was
yeah.
mostly just as a side event for the Tetris tournaments. Uh, yeah,
Hmm.
COVID really kind of drove the numbers up for us. So I I like to think that everybody who is already in the scene now is getting in the ground floor of the next big retro gaming extravaganza. Uh,
Yeah. It seems like it is growing. I mean, we're constantly getting new people on Discord and even I mean some of the regionals, I think there's people that hadn't played prior.
oh yeah, definitely. And seeing Fightcade come up has been a big thing. Coop, who was the runner-up in Louisville, came to us. Yeah, basically was a Fightcade player who decided, yeah, I'm going to come on and play in a live event. And I think we're seeing a lot of that. Switch players, Fightcade players, and like you said, people like you guys who just have been playing at home and thought, hey, this looks like fun. This looks like a fun group of people to be around, and hopefully we're proving that right.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So, do you play any other versions of the game, or is there? Yeah, you said Smash is kind of the only other game that you really feel strong in.
From yeah, the retro stuff, but here's the thing too, with Smash, I think I'm good, but I'm sure if I played other people, I wouldn't be able to stack up. But I mainly now play board games and things, so I'm not really in the video game scene.
You will find quite a group of board game players in the DRMC. I know Betty and Dave in particular are big board game fans. So yeah, Dominion I think
Nice.
is kind of their go-to. My wife,
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting next to a closet
Million.
full of board games that my wife and I don't have time to play with other people because we don't know enough people. Uh, so yeah, it's definitely a lot of crossover.
Yeah, I think if each of us brings one board game, we can play on our downtime in Ohio.
Yeah, you saw us at Ohio last year, right? You know how much downtime there actually
Oh yeah.
is.
Yeah, yeah, I know. There's stuff going on constantly, and you want to watch the matches too. So
Yeah,
maybe at night after the first round is over.
yeah, maybe that's what we need to do as one of our side events is have a board
Yeah,
game tournament. You, you got to feel like
yeah,
there's
that would
been a
be
Dr.
nice.
Mario board game at some point. Somebody has built one.
You know, I think that's not a bad idea to look into it. and you
Yeah.
collaborate and figure something out.
I'm sure Nintendo would love that. I'm trying to think what all because there was that craze in the early '90s with board games of everything, and it's doesn't even go back to then. It goes back even further, but it seems like the sort of thing Nintendo would have tried to get into. I feel like there must have been at least one Mario board game or Zelda or something.
There must be because there's still like Mario Monopoly and
Right, right.
Mario whatever chess and things. So I'm sure if there's like an actual good concept for a Dr. Mario board game, I'm sure they'll jump on it.
Yeah, do you remember the Mario breakfast cereal?
I do not.
Oh yeah, it was a
I
whole.
don't actually.
It was a two-sided box. It was Mario base shapes on one side and Zelda shapes on the other side, and they called it it was the NES cereal system or something. Oh, it's a weird
Oh,
little early
nice.
'90s quirk. It was around the time there was a multiple TV shows and everything. It was a fun time to be a kid.
Yeah, definitely. Man, being a kid in the 90s was something else for sure.
Yeah, yeah. We little side note: we made slap bracelets at work today as a craft for 5 to 12 year old kids, and I found myself going to some of the parents and saying, "Yeah, don't you remember?" And then I just would stop because I realized that most of these parents were born in the '90s. They weren't '90s kids like I was. So I'm like, "Oh no,
Yeah, 90s
oh
kid.
no,
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah, that's
old."
how it happens. Yeah. I feel you on that one.
So we talk a lot about people being neighborhood good, and part of bringing in new bodies to this is figuring out who had the best neighborhood. And you guys are based in SoCal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would argue that SoCal might be the best neighborhood, just period. Considering the number of people who came out to this tournament are minus Doc and Choco Cat. That may be the entire lineup of SoCal that are big in the Dr. Mario
They were
scene.
pretty stacked.
Yeah, that we.
The names were very stacked. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we'll get into it, but when I played Aki, I was, I think, the most nervous playing him because, he's won the championship a couple of times, and I had never previously played him. So my nerves were big on that one.
Yeah, take me back to Columbus. I remember you being there. I don't remember your bracket, who you played. How did that go? Where did you end up?
Yeah.
And oh no, shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah. So no, no, no. It's a crazy story. So that Saturday when we played the qualifier part,
Mm-hmm.
I felt super confident because the seven people I played, I beat all seven,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I didn't play the best players, but I was like, oh my God, I got this. It's gonna be easy. So the next day, I hadn't practiced at all,
Ooh.
and I didn't notice how nervous I was actually gonna be. I was in the purple bracket,
Okay.
and I played Jess,
Okay.
and
Solid
at first
player.
I was like, I got this. I can do it. And then as we were playing, I was like, oh, this is not exactly how I thought it was going to be. And she's a really good player.
Yes, she is.
So I started going back and forth, and she won 3-2.
Okay.
And my nerves were big, big, big on that one.
Yeah. Jess came out of nowhere in Louisville last year. Just popped in, nobody knew her, and she was crushing it. So definitely a player that is if you're gonna lose to somebody, I always go to these tournaments and go, I at least want to lose to somebody I know, and so far that's what's happened.
Yeah.
This my most recent one, it was Dave Smith that took me out. No, it was Betty that took me out last year at Columbus. It was Dave Smith. I mean, the guy was wearing a neon sign under his shirt. That can't be fair. It was, it was great.
Right.
So yeah, purple bracket means you were late enough that it had warmed up in the room by then. I was ice cold. I felt it too. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's it.
I hadn't played it. Yeah, I hadn't played prior to that match. And I have some better ideas for Columbus this year, so I'm gonna be coming in swinging.
You know, it's in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
just making sure. Don't go to
Did I say
Columbus.
Columbus?
You did,
Yeah,
and I'm just
yeah. It
I don't want you to end
yeah.
up in the
No,
wrong
no,
city. Yeah, I
no,
mean
no.
it.
It is Cincinnati. We just got our plane tickets actually, so
Cool, cool, cool.
we'll
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. It won't be too cold this time. We'll be in the basement in Cincinnati. That won't be cold at all. Uh, yeah, the nerves are definitely a big part of the experience, I think, and they tend to be something that people aren't prepared for. Uh, do you know
Yeah,
have you kind of taken that? I mean, how did you feel in California? How were your nerves?
I was definitely better, especially because I had been playing on Fightcade in the monthlies,
Hmm.
so I was definitely more prepared. But it gives you that that rush that's good and bad that you're playing against someone and you might lose, and it's still there for sure.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it ever goes away. Uh, I'm into my fifth year of DRMC. It's
Yeah,
it gets a little better, I think, as you just get to know everybody, and then you're like, okay, well, you know, these are the best people, and yeah, sometimes with the live stuff though, it gets real bad.
yeah.
But
Touching on that, actually,
yeah,
sorry, touching on that, the community is phenomenal. From the first time I went in there and talked to people, everybody was welcoming. You were one of them that we had a good
yeah, I remember.
conversation with, and yeah, it was just I felt like, I've known you guys for years, even though we had just met. Everyone was so nice and everyone put everything together. It was an amazing experience.
I've said it before. Without this community, I'm not still streaming. Okay, I finally see numbers showing up on my OBS. Pez, you still hearing me okay?
I hear you clearly now. I
Finally.
hear you clearly right now.
All right. Sorry about that delay, folks. Not really sure what happened with my internet, other than it's my internet. But we are still talking with Pezmaster. And yeah, we were talking about the community, and I was bringing up the Airbnb. So yeah, a bunch of us were in an Airbnb in Columbus. It was DM Hero and his wife, and Savage and the Dave Smith, Leviticus, Floyd. So if you can imagine what that group was like, we played pretty much all
That
night.
sounds like fun, though, I will say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob Burrito dropped by, Jess dropped by for a bit, and yeah, there were like three NESs up there, just constantly going with games. So
Nice.
yeah, that's the weird thing about this group is you get us together, yeah, we'll talk about doing other stuff, but pretty much we just default to grabbing Dr. Mario and playing that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the go-to. Like I say, even when we were kids, we were playing that nonstop. Even though there were like new consoles out, we still went back to Dr. Mario.
And you know, that's the thing I found with my Switch. When we first got it, I couldn't afford any other games. We were supposed to get Mario Kart with it, and we just couldn't. So I ended up buying the online, you know, the Switch Online service,
Hmm.
and I ended up just
Yeah.
playing Super Metroid because I'd never played it, and I finally had access to it. And I was like, I'm gonna play this. And even today, that's most like last night. I was sitting next to my wife. She's playing Baldur's Gate 3 on a PS5. What do I have going? Alleyway on the Game Boy, because I the retro stuff is
Nice.
just good.
Yeah. And it's not complicated, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
I know we're not that old, but they start like adding all sorts of stuff into it, and you just want to sit down and press A or B.
yeah. At the risk of sounding like get off my lawn, I will say DLC kind of has ruined gaming for me. If you didn't
Yeah.
make the
That's
whole
a whole
game,
nother conversation.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, like why would you it's like locked. Sometimes they sell games that are locked with the DLC, so you have to purchase the unlockable stuff, which doesn't make sense.
and knowing that like JB in particular was, I believe, a tester for, uh, I believe it was the SNES era, and knowing how much work used to go into quality control for these games, and now it's just like, oh, we'll patch it later. It's like I said, I'm
Yeah.
entering into get off my lawn territory, and I understand that, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're in a different era.
No, definitely. Definitely. Speaking of that, actually, my mom is going to be coming to Cincinnati this year,
Yes,
which is, and she plays too. So, I mean, it's going to be
dude.
cool just having an extra person there too.
Yeah, mom's a Dr. Mario, and there are a couple of dads who
Yeah.
play as well. Luke's dad, I believe, is in the monthly checkup pretty regularly. Um, yeah, we're getting family
My,
members.
yeah, my dad does play. He's actually pretty okay, but he couldn't make it to Cincinnati. Otherwise, he'd come too. So
Cool,
maybe
cool.
next year he'll come to that one.
Bidwell's mom still comes to support him for a lot of stuff. But like both of his
Yeah, yeah,
parents,
we've
I've
met
met.
her.
Yeah, my wife, she's actually going to be coming. So this will be her. She came to Louisville, and is coming to Cincinnati as well. So I mean, they have to pay to get in regardless. So I might as well just join the tournament. You know.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be fun. It's cool, more the merrier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have your has your mom picked a screen name yet, or is she just going to use her real name?
She's probably just gonna use her real name.
Fair
I
enough.
can't imagine unless she like, yeah, unless she calls herself like Pezmaster's mom or something.
Yeah, but then that leaves Sahar out. So, you know,
Oh, then it'll be Pezmaster Scarf's mom. That
there
way,
you
it's
go.
the combination of the two.
That was a fun conversation with her, by the way, talking about like,
Yeah,
I was like, you got to get on the Discord, and she's like, well, I don't even have a screen name, so we were trying to come up with one for her.
you know, yeah. So I felt like she was a little more popular than me when we first started doing everything because she doesn't really play in the monthlies, but
Hmm.
I feel like everyone knew me as Sahar's brother. So it was
Yeah,
kind of interesting in that regard. And she was actually downloaded 5K prior to me doing it, and she was like, "Do it," and I was like, "It might be complicated," and she's like, "No, just do it. It's really easy." So she kind of got me on 5K.
cool. I've been to ask. So you have been playing on Fight Cage. You've been getting your reps in, playing the good players, and just really
Yeah, I
crushing it.
I try to play. Yeah, I try to play every monthly,
Hmm.
and I try to play at least a few times a week. But
Gotcha.
with life and everything in the way, it's not super easy.
Oh yeah, I get that. Uh, my
Yeah.
my wife and I have kind of an agreement that Tuesdays I am not on stream. So monthly, I've done like one monthly, and I've done some commentary for a monthly. But for the most part, I'm just like, as much as I like you guys, I should probably go spend time with my family.
Yeah,
Okay, yes, she
how it is.
probably was more popular than you in Columbus, and the reason is that she was such an underdog and was very visually, like, she was always just so surprised every time she won a game, and you can't help but love that. But
No, no, she's great. But I do remember, yeah.
when it comes down to it, it's that's just the first tournament, and we're going to remember you guys for a lot of things over the course of this year and future years. So a big part of that was going to your first regional, and getting a chance to just get your reps in live on stream. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again, we would love to have you guys in speed. That's my bread and butter. So I would love to have that, but I understand it's not always the easiest thing. I mean, shoot, I can't even keep a stream going live, and I've been here for 5 years. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. She might actually join that because she was talking about trying it out. So if anyone does it, it might be her before me.
Okay, okay.
Because she's really good at clearing the board
Mm-hmm.
without any garbage coming. She is phenomenal. So she definitely beats me in speed.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's funny because you talk to some of the players that like I know for speed. Adelito comes to mind. When I had a conversation with him, he goes, "Yeah, I'd love to come out for a live event sometime, just because I think I'm better at verses than I am at speed." And my jaw nearly hit the floor. I was like, "What do you mean you're better at verses than speed, dude? You're how? What's the ceiling?"
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. I love that there's so many ways to play this game too. We really have found
Oh
so much.
yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
so tell me about, I haven't talked to anybody yet, specifically about how it felt going to the Cali regional. It's a different vibe because it's in, Grant's Bar, as opposed to inside of one of those big conventions like what you saw in Columbus. Can you, kind of compare what the two experiences were like, and how you feel about this non-convention setup?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. It was I actually really liked it. If it I mean, not to like make it
Yeah,
sound bad, but it was very cozy, which was a good thing.
yeah.
And everyone kind of was talking the whole time, and you kind of meshed together much better than you would in a big convention because everyone's walking around over there, and
Mm-hmm.
this was, I think, in a way, kind of better. And we kind of all ate lunch and talked, and it wasn't just Dr. Mario.
Gotcha. Yeah, one of the things I'm looking forward to in Cincinnati is, this experience of we are the big show. We're not next to the
Yeah.
main stage. What we're doing is what's going on. I don't know how much. Again, Chris, we just had a meeting on Monday, and Chris was mentioning that we're getting pretty much the whole basement to ourselves. So it's gonna be really interesting seeing what comes of this, and if we're going to be able to pull the numbers and have this really cool experience. And I think Cali was supposed to be kind of a first run of that, and it seemed to go really well. Like I really liked the way it looked, the way it felt. I felt like the music was a little loud, but that's a whole other thing. It's just
It
the way the
was
stream
nice.
went. Yeah.
It
So.
wa- it was the ambiance was definitely something to take note of. It was a little like darker, I guess.
Mhm.
The music was definitely louder. You're right, I didn't mention any of that stuff, but it it definitely felt like a different tournament compared to Ohio.
Yeah, I've watched I think every regional this year, and it has definitely felt different there. You watch Minneapolis, for instance, and it looked like he was sitting in the ground floor of a hotel. I could have sworn there was an escalator on the backside. Whereas, you watch this regional, and right now I can see like six bar stools just from where I'm, from where the cameras are pointing at the shot on screen. And yeah, you're gonna get a different feel, and I was kind of hoping that it was gonna feel positive. Yeah, the conventions are always going to be a part of
Yeah,
what we do, but this is it's going to be neat seeing us kind of hold our own.
yeah, I think we definitely can. It is different. So, I mean, the comparison, it's I mean, there's good to both, of course, and
Mhm.
then there's bad to both, but I kind of really enjoyed this kind of like togetherness more.
Nice. Well, that's a good way of putting it. All right. So, anything else you want to talk about before we really dive into the tournament play?
No, let's get into it.
All right. So, I told you beforehand we're just going to skip the qualifiers. It was a round robin qual, and how did that go? How did you feel about how it went? I know you ended up as the three seed.
Yeah, I thought I would do pretty well because they kind of split it into two separate round robins.
Okay.
But the person that beat me was Crimson,
Okay.
and I had just met her that day, and I've been trying to get her on Fightcade actually, and she hasn't gone on yet.
Yeah, I think she's more of a Switch player. I don't know that for a fact. I know she was big
Yeah,
in VBL when it was on Switch.
yeah, she did say she played it on Switch, and she just says she doesn't like computers. So we'll see. Hopefully, we can convince her to get on.
Yeah, Crimson is a beast. Looks like I'm dropping a few frames again. We'll just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, Crimson definitely a beast. I think it was either her or Noizzle who was playing Pan Ban Richard on a Fightcade or a VBL final that was like one of the first Switch matches that we streamed, and I remember watching it and just going, no, no, I don't want any piece of that. That is terrifying. Just and I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen Pan Ban play live as well. I hope he'll make it out to Cincinnati this year, but it's just insanity when players at the top of
yeah,
their game really go to smashing those pills down. It it's scary. It really is.
yeah. Yeah, we'll get into the actual games, but it's funny because Sahar was against Crimson. Oh no, she wasn't. Crimson was against Tomahawk, but Sahar took out all the big names on that side. She took out Noizzle, she took out Barrett, and then she took out Tomahawk. I was like, oh my God, she did the hard work.
Yeah, Barrett. I think she swept Barrett, didn't she?
I think so.
Yeah, it.
Watching the games again, I rewatched them. It was partially bad luck, but Sahar was really on her game that day too. So she was knocking him down perfectly.
And Barrett is a very intense player. He, I mean,
Yeah,
he's always got the glasses on. He's a Tetris player. He's an adult trying to play a kid's game now. Uh, I don't know if you've seen most of the Tetris players now; they're so young. But so
yeah,
he's got that intensity, he's got that focus, and to just see her just it seemed effortless. It really did watching that match,
yeah,
and because every time she seemed just surprised that it was that it went her way, and yeah,
yeah.
that was
She's
something.
really good. I think she underestimates herself sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so. So was Crimson the only one who beat you in the round robins?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Okay,
6-1.
you were 6-1. Got you. And then Packy would have been Packy. I know Packy and Barrett outranked you. Maybe it was their 6-1s were better or something. I don't or 7-0. One of them had to have gone 7-0. I would assume, but
Yeah,
regardless,
I think Barrett did go 7-0, and I don't remember Aki. I don't remember whose round robin he was in. I think he was in the other one, so he must have been 6-1.
okay. All right. So first match is here. We've got pulled up Platinum Rule, who is, as far as I know, a newcomer to the scene. I don't remember seeing her in before, but is she related? Is she Grant's partner, maybe? Or I don't know who she is. I'll be honest.
Um, I'm not sure, but I think she was with someone else.
Okay.
I don't remember, but that was the first time meeting her as well. So
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to speak with her that much.
Yeah, and I haven't gone back and rewatched this myself, so I'm not 100% certain either. I know I watched it live, but I was probably playing something else. I was probably sitting here playing Dr. Mario while you guys were. So I'm getting some word from Cat Pants on stream that she has been a Twitch player or a Switch player, so that. There you go. So when they cut to
Thank
you
God for Cat
guys,
Pants. We've got the info.
yeah, cat pants will know things. Okay, so they've cut over to you guys, and I'm not sure. I think you're just in practice. You're just sitting there cutting up, so I'm assuming this is practice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good grief. Just dropping stuff down. And yeah, I mean, based on just how the practice is going, it looks like you're going to have yourself a nice match. Um, at what
You
point did
know
the.
that's what I thought when I played against Jess because
Mhm.
she was just playing whatever, and I was just you know kind of into it, and then she came out and steamrolled the whole thing, and I was like, oh my God.
Well, I was going to say, at what point do the nerves start kicking in? Oh, I've still got the sound on. Let me turn the sound off.
Yeah, when I played against Jess, the nerves kicked in after I lost the first one. So I think I was up 1-0, and then she won the second one. I don't remember, but as soon as she won that first crown, I was like, "Oh, something is happening here."
Gotcha. So, have the nerves set in here yet, or are you still like, okay, I know where I am, I know where I stand. I think I'm at least going to get, past round one.
Yeah, I did think that because of the way the brackets were kind of set up and how many games everyone won. The first game, I think I was pretty okay. Then I think when I played Patrick afterwards,
Hmm.
that's when it slowly started kicking in and it kicked into high gear when I played against Packy.
Yeah, for such a teddy bear, he is a terrifying presence, and there's
Yeah.
just no getting around it.
Yeah.
All right, so I usually try to get first pill reactions, but you moved so fast that it's very clear you're going on to 3-4 with this red yellow. I think that makes the most sense. But I'm also my brain has not switched into versus gear yet, so it may take a minute. What's your approach
Yeah, we
on.
could do a second pill.
Yeah, yeah. So what's your approach on early game? Are you trying to get the first combo? Are you just trying to get the pills in the right place no matter what? I know Bidwell is one to try to get the first row knocked down. What are you thinking when you start?
Yeah, I try to look for combos immediately.
Okay.
I've noticed a lot of players do some setup when something is not really clear,
Mm-hmm.
but I try to go for that combo straight on because
Gotcha.
even that extra second where you get that extra pill
Mm-hmm.
before both of you give a combo sometimes makes the difference in the
Oh
whole
yeah.
game.
Oh yeah. There are entire tournaments that have probably been won and lost on somebody pressing down just a little bit faster, and that somebody's packy. But um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny you mentioned the second pill because there is a speed move which is just to tuck it in under 7 and get that double out of the way, uh, or to put it on top of 3.
I
And
can tell you I'm 99% sure I did not do that.
I
I
would
probably put
be
it right on top of the. Yeah,
yeah, I'd be shocked if you had done it. That's not a good versus move. So on top of 3 or on top of 7?
I would put it on top of 7.
Okay, that's what I would have thought, just as far as good versus play, because you're providing yourself with as many different options for combos as possible. So yeah, that makes sense. And let's see how fast you're laying these down. All right, continuing on with this, and then you've got the double. You're gonna either use it as garbage, or are you gonna start trying to build a combo with, or just make it clear?
I'm pretty sure I cleared it. I try not to play risky, which I don't know if that's good or not, but
Yeah.
I try not to have anything go up if I can.
And especially at this point in the game, I think that makes the most sense. You're sitting there with however many rows up it is, and yeah, I mean garbage would give you the best chance of getting a combo, but it also gives you the best chance of having that combo ruined. So totally get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, clearance, and then yeah, the things are starting to pop up, and nice combo. You get your first one through, and now a second one, and you start running a chance of having things. What's getting your opponent stun locked.
Yeah, that's the stun lock is such a horrible thing to do to the opponent, but it's very effective.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be done. Otherwise they might beat
Yeah.
you. So just looking now, okay, yeah, here comes. Oh, but that garbage just wrecks. Well, it doesn't wreck everything. It just makes it harder. And yeah,
Yeah.
there's a quad. And I mean, at this point, you've got game in hand.
Yeah, she's already starting to stack up, and she made a mistake on roll one as well, so I think the misdrop kind of gave me the edge.
Yeah. So at this point, the only issue is you don't have a lot of access to yellow, so it's going to become garbage. You've got garbage in the middle of the board, but it's all like constructive garbage. It's all stuff that clearly will be made into combos as you're knocking those down. Have you
Yeah,
learned a lot?
something I gotta
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
gotta definitely work on is doing the horizontal clears. I've gotten better at them, but it's still something I definitely need to work on.
Yeah, that's. I've been talking to people about this. I've been doing the show for 8 months now, and it seems like every episode we talk a little bit about how speed and verses have really helped each other. And I think that's
Mhm.
one element where, the speed players have taken a leg up on the versus players for a while, where we're looking for crosses, we're looking for tees, we're looking for horizontal stuff. Um, and then it's been the same thing. The versus players have now kind of come full circle because those are more efficient plays, and now suddenly they're finding them in their speed play, and it's just changing the landscape. So yeah, I agree, but at the same time, it's definitely something that we're all working on together.
Yeah, yeah.
So this structure from columns 3 to 8 with just reds, do you see it? Do you think about it? Do you go, can I get all 8 of these viruses at once?
I probably didn't even go for it. I mean, I obviously see it now, but I probably didn't go for it. I probably put a yellow red on uh, column two and three,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe just got rid of that line of reds without touching the double reds that come below it.
I
I'm,
fully
I'm looking back on it. I mean, I see it, but I don't think I did it.
I fully recognize that speed brain coming out. Like I see that and I go, oop, I can knock this out very efficiently. I can put blue yellows on top of 7 8 once I clear the ones in 5 6, and then I've got this block of red I can play with, try to pull off some nasty combo, and next thing I know I'm topped out. So it's probably for the best that you're not looking for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Blue yellow goes in.
At least, especially not at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, especially not at the beginning. I try to, like I said, clear off as like level as possible as I go down.
Yeah, it's a very swung style tactic, at least for his speed play. All right, so 5 6,
Yeah,
right? There's really not a better place to put
yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah. Let's
yeah,
go ahead and see that, and you get 2 of them. And I like the delay here because you're waiting around hoping that you're gonna get blue yellows down, and yeah, I mean you're just destroying this
The-
board.
yeah. But like I said, I didn't even go for that horizontal red. I
It
knew I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a specific playstyle choice, and I don't know if you've watched enough of our speed stuff to know but there's no one way to play this game that is
Yeah.
the most efficient. We're getting a standardized style as we go, but even with that, the decisions are not. They're still very
No,
individualized.
I've seen some speed runs, and it's weird when I see certain things happen because I'm thinking more about the combos, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh well, it makes sense. You don't need to give combos, so
Yeah.
it's definitely a take on it.
All right. So I paused it because your column three, columns 2 and 3 really got rough on you. What kind of an approach are you thinking? Are you still thinking, let me just get the combos and get my opponent topped out? Or are you kind of trying to figure out how to get this red like horizontal out so that maybe you can move things along? I mean, you've got this double yellow, you could tuck into 1 2 and then get the red out, then you're dropping it down, and everything's much safer. Is what approach kind of catches your eye first?
So the thing I'm looking at that probably makes sense to me back then and now is getting rid of the two yellows above the red in column two so that I get a combo that way. I know it
Okay.
requires two lines of clear horizontally, but that's the thing I noticed first.
Okay.
So
And
let's see if I do that.
I mean, are you thinking about getting rid of the red and in column 3, and then just dropping something yellow down so that you get it as a horizontal?
E- e- Yeah, but I think I already put the yellow down there.
Okay.
So I probably didn't even notice it at the moment because I was so focused on not being able to get that red yellow into column two that I was like, oh, I gotta just figure it out.
And I mean, the difference between speed and versus again is that here I'm in panic mode. I mean, I have lost the game already as far as I'm concerned if
Yeah,
I'm in this position. Whereas in versus, what I'm seeing is, well, you've got two reds in column 4 and two blues separated out in column 5. So if you get a couple more red blues, that's a combo. Then if you get red yellows, you got combos in 6 7.
yeah,
And this is just clearing that down. Oh, that's just that just makes life easier. So
yeah,
yeah, it's a very different sort of panic. And I know that you were trying to get that red yellow on top of column 3 over 1. It just
yeah,
didn't hit. All right, let's see how you attack here. There goes the first combo,
yeah.
and looks like you just got fodder for the next one. There it goes, and there's that. Yeah, I mean you're practically in the clear here. Even from the speed perspective, that was fast.
Yeah. Looking back on it now, I mean, I'm like seeing things that I could have done slightly different, but
Yeah, and there
you
goes,
know,
you got rid of the yellow red, like you said, or the you got rid of the
yeah,
yellows,
yeah.
and now you've got a chance to get rid of the blue. Okay, you get a horizontal. Ooh, and that tap over, I saw the look
Yeah,
on your face. But then that save horizontal, or that underclear to just save the whole thing, that is critical, and
thankfully.
that's the sort of move that we don't see. Yeah, that's one of those that separates the newer players from the ones who have been playing it their whole lives, or really get it. So
Yeah, it took a while to learn to do things like that. So I mean, I don't think anyone should be discouraged from
no, no.
ever trying new things. It's a journey because no matter how good you get, you can always get better.
Oh, definitely. And this community is showing that because we're constantly evolving the meta in this game. It's so weird to say
Yeah,
about a 30-year-old game, but we really have been.
that's true.
Versus is so different to even talk about. I'm having trouble even like coming up with Because I mean, all your moves are making sense. It's just they make sense in a very different way from what I'm accustomed to.
Yeah, I can only imagine. See, like all everything I'm watching right now makes complete sense to me,
Hmm.
but I know for a fact that this is not the way you want to play speed.
Oh no,
Like
not at
I
all.
know that I know that I would totally ruin it if I was playing speed.
Yeah, no.
Although I
If
should probably give it a try so that I can practice, you know,
fat
catching
boy.
up to some of the other combos and things.
Yeah, I was. It's one of the things I've been. I think I've almost asked a couple of times. What all have you? Yeah, are there things that you've picked up from playing in the community? Different move sets, combos that maybe were not part of your vocab. Your Dr. Mario vocabulary before this.
Yeah, a lot of T's. I didn't make as many T's or the I don't know what we call them, but when you clear horizontal and then the piece falls down and clears a vertical.
Yeah, drop
I don't know what
clears.
we call those, but drop clears. Yeah, they're everyone does them so well, and I recently started getting better at them.
Oh, that tap. That was tough. Oh, do you bring
I
your
know
own?
I should have did it the other way.
Uh, you know, it's it's so hard to tell. I was going to ask, do you bring your own controller or do you use a house one?
I definitely bring one from
Okay,
home.
okay.
This was just a standard controller, though. It wasn't uh, anything crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I use a standard one too, but when Betty tried mine out, she nearly cried. So there are definitely differences between people's individual controllers.
Yeah, yeah.
True story.
It's kind of like, it becomes like a friend. It's
Hmm.
weird.
Yeah, I have not changed the pads in mine in, let's see, what year is it? Um,
I've never, I've
me
never
neither.
changed the pads in mine actually.
Me neither. And
Dang.
it's been 89 was when I got my system. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow, that was tight on the end game there, and I think if you're playing, that could have very easily gone either way because I've seen those end games where you just got a couple of viruses, and the speed starts creeping up, and yeah, that can get real dangerous.
Yeah, that's the one thing I absolutely despise Dr. Mario for is every once in a while you're in the lead, you have the two viruses, and then they come back with a bunch of combos and they fall in the worst possible spot and it just ruins everything. And thankfully I kind of had an umbrella, so I
Yeah,
maybe would have been okay,
yeah,
but still frustrating.
but I mean, without have you learned the DAS for this game? The delayed auto shift
You
and
know, I think it was maybe like a couple of months ago that I actually looked into what DAS was and
mhm.
how it works. I have not incorporated into my play at all.
I try, but I'm
It's
not
it's such a
consistent.
weird. What was that?
I said I try, but I'm not consistent with it.
Yeah, I can't. It's such a weird thing to get used to because you got to hold, for example, right before your next pill, and
Hmm.
I'm already thinking about where to put that pill, so I usually don't do that.
Gotcha. I was just thinking, holding DAS on that left side, you might be able to get it even up into the mid 60s, but because you're set up right now, you could do three red blues, or yeah, ideally a red blue followed by a double blue, something crazy like that. But then if it gets caught underneath that red, you're gonna have to start taking things horizontally. It can get I've seen those get nasty in setups like what you've got
Yeah,
there.
what I probably would do in this case is put a yellow red in column two
Okay.
and then destroy the red so the yellow falls down, and then it kind of gives me a clear for the blue on the left in column one.
Yeah, that would be tough, but you could definitely pull that off.
Yeah, yeah. I think because I sometimes look at my opponent's screen, which sometimes messes me up. But seeing they had like 11 viruses, I think I would have enough time. I would
Yeah.
think that I would have enough time.
Yeah, I mean, if your opponent's kind of blocked up, at this point, I think you may even go into a mode where you're just like, if I can get the right pills, I'll do it. But otherwise, I'm just going to focus on center board combos and
Yeah.
try to drive my opponent up. That's the sort of thing we saw with Leviticus and Luke in Columbus, where neither one of them really was trying to make combos at that point, but they were up in the 70s and just trying to wait each other out.
Yeah. Some crazy matches when it gets really high
Whew,
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you taken a look at the ultra speed on the ROM and played around with any of that, trying to get your speed up as
N-
high as you
n-
can?
No, I saw it that day actually at the regional, but we didn't get a chance to try it out. But
It
I was very curious about it.
it starts at the maximum of whatever the highest possible starting speed is or something. I forget what it is.
Oh,
I've beaten 20 on it once just to say that I did, and it's tough. It is very tough.
yeah,
All right, so that's
yeah.
that's
That sounds crazy.
it is, but I feel like some of our top players are probably practicing on stuff like that and not telling us. Uh,
Yeah, I don't even know how to get that wrong. I mean, I don't
um,
know. I'll
yeah,
I'll, I'll be
there's
content if I do better this year.
the patch is available. It's what you're patching that is what we can't really discuss. Uh,
Oh yeah, but yeah, well, we'll leave it for another time.
yeah. So it is 2 games to none. You're sitting pretty comfortably. I would say, and excited to see what game three offers. And I think, yeah, your opponent's already been selected because that was who was playing opposite you. All right.
Okay.
So, and yeah, they're already done. So this is a speedrunner's dilemma. I don't know how to look at it from a versus perspective. What do you see here that looks interesting with a yellow red? It's like the worst possible pill to get.
Yeah, I had a couple of ideas. Maybe putting it on 3-4 with the
Okay.
red to fall down,
Okay.
and then destroying the yellow sideways so that it falls down on the red. The other thing I was thinking is possibly putting it on column 6 with the red on the bottom.
Okay. With the hopes of destroying the blue and
Uh,
something happening.
and yeah, and also destroying that yellow in 3 and 4.
Right. 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 Yeah. It's not an ideal pill. In fact, I think it may be
Yeah,
the worst possible combination you could have gotten. Yeah.
if I know myself, I probably put it in 6-7. So I make 3 yellows on that side. I'm pretty sure that's what I did.
Okay. Well, let's see what you got. So it went to 5-6.
Oh, yeah. I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
Did none of the things I said.
well, what it comes down to is you built it where you can, whatever red you get, you can make a combo. You know,
Yeah.
you put this yellow blue on top or something, and then any reds, you're gonna build garbage, but at least you're gonna get your combos out of the way. I could totally see that.
Yeah, that's probably the mentality I had at the moment.
And yeah, there it goes. It still didn't combo, but whew, that's some scary stuff up at the top. But you had
Yeah, I try
everything
not to do that, but I think at this point I was pretty confident that I was gonna win.
right.
So that's probably why I was being a
Ooh.
little more risky.
And I mean, it paid off.
Yeah,
You ended up the getting the top out with some solid garbage.
yeah,
But yeah, that is a tough set of build. I don't know why I paused it. We're right. I've got to search to find your next match as it is. So game one's out of the way. You're into the quarterfinals, it's going to be what, a 3-6 match. I don't even remember who's next.
He, I think it's Patrick. It's Patrick.
Is it? Oh wow. No, he's the two.
I
Oh,
think so.
geriatric Patrick. I thought you were calling Packy by his.
Geriatric.
I thought you were
No,
calling
no,
Packy by
sorry.
his government name.
Geriatric Patrick. No,
Gotcha.
I always have a tough time saying geriatric Patrick. So, but yeah, I played him next.
And yeah, he was solid. Oh, this is you. This is you on the left. Okay, I'm.
Yeah,
I was backed up trying to get past his whatever game this was so that I could get to your match against him. I was looking for you on the wrong side. All right, here we go.
yeah.
So, ooh, oh, I see options here, and I don't know which one you're going to go for.
I'm pretty sure 7-8.
7-8. All right, yeah, 7-8's a good one. Gosh, see again, speed
Probably 6 is what a lot of people do.
6 is a good choice for speed. 1 is not a bad choice either, especially if it's a double red that comes up
Oh,
after.
I didn't even. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
A
I see it now.
lot of time watching Dimwit play. The setting up
Yeah,
stuff where the horizontals are going to knock stuff down. It took that was when I
yeah,
knew I had made it. Was when I the first time I saw him do that, and I went, "Oh, I know what he's doing." I was like, "Okay, now we're getting somewhere." uh,
yeah. And then if you needed, you could probably put a double yellow on column 2 afterwards, and then
double
get a
yellow
combo
on
that way.
two.
I
Yep.
mean, just for the verses portion.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I think 7-8 is perfectly reasonable. And since there is a blue red combination underneath, I don't know. Have have you noticed a lot of, if I see red blue at the beginning, it's probably going to be a red blue heavy board and stuff like that.
I never looked into any of those kinds of things. I think I need to study up on some Dr. Mario
Yeah,
pills.
that part for me is just instinct, but and sometimes it proves to be wrong. But a lot of my bracket clears are just because I know the pill is coming. I don't know how I know the pill is coming, but I know that I had a yellow blue. There's a double blue that comes up, so I know within the next couple of pills there's going to be a blue yellow that's going to come through. It's just you see so many boards, and eventually it just starts making sense. But I feel like with
Yeah,
everything that's on top, that's going to happen.
yeah, I think I have noticed certain patterns, like when a bunch of double yellows come, then a red yellow comes after. Like
Mm,
those kind of patterns I've noticed, but I've never actually sat down to analyze it.
well, good news is you don't have to. The community has taken care of that part for you. Um,
Yeah.
it's and I'll share this with you right now. If you get a run of the same pill, it has to be the exact same pill. Shout out to the exact same. The next pill is the next one alphabetically. So if it is a run of double reds, which is like the most common, the next one is a red yellow, because red yellow is the next one alphabetically
Line. Yeah.
after double red. If it were red
Oh,
blues here, the next one would be a red red.
got it. So the one on the left remains the same?
No, no. Well, if the one on the right is yellow, then the one on the left will cycle through as well. So like if it's red yellow red yellow red yellow red yellow, then the next one is going to be a yellow blue, because it just the yellow cycles up to blue is the next, and therefore the one on the left cycles from red
I
to
see.
yellow. It's
Mhm.
it's weird, and I only really know it for the doubles, because after every double red rush it's a red yellow, after every double yellow rush it's a double blue, and after every double blue rush an angel gets its wings, because they never happen. uh, it's a blue red. Yeah, that's one of
Got
those
it.
things that the community like figured out, and now we'll even talk about it in commentary, because we'll see stuff coming. We're like, okay, and here's the double blue to signal the end of that run, and blah blah blah, and off we go. It's there's a lot of weirdness to this game.
You gotta research it some more then.
There are people who will tell you about it, and the exact same is definitely one of them. All right, so 7-8, you say. I say sounds good to me. There's a double red, and oh, he breaks the combo first. Okay, so I'm curious what Patrick did to get to the combo first. I'm gonna watch his real quick. Ah, okay. Set up the vertical,
Yeah.
and then whew. Okay, so you get the first combo broken just as you're setting up for it. How does your brain respond to that? Because I usually panic here.
Panic is always a good option, but I think I think I try to figure out what I can break around the one that just got the combo on it. So I'm
Okay.
probably gonna start working on column six.
Okay. Yeah. My
Probably, I think.
my first thought, looking at what you've got in front of you, is to put this blue red vertically in column three. Drop that down, and then you've got a place for a red yellow, a blue red, a red blue, not a yellow blue. Well, you kind of do for a
Yeah,
yellow blue, but I'm not sure I see that in real time after somebody breaks my combo that I was just like dying for because those simple ones. All
I
right.
might have actually done that too. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay. So you're breaking, like you said, you're breaking around. Then he combos himself. That's got to be nice. You get the horizontal. Love that. Pull another horizontal, and oh, I think I found your kryptonite, man. It is those upper columns in like
Yeah,
2 and 7.
yeah, getting it over there
Whew.
always a mess.
But, I mean, stuff is built up, and you already have 2 on top of that blue and 7. So, really, this isn't critical. If you get a double blue or just, yeah, are willing to drop your garbage, then you're going to be able to get it out of the
Yeah,
way. And, you've got the umbrella for whenever.
yeah. I sometimes break it early. I guess it depends on how I feel about it, but I try to keep the umbrella as long as possible.
And there, oh, nice T clear there. There are those who just like the umbrella.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was a good time to break it. Oh,
but then it fell right on.
yeah. Like, Patrick is definitely. Oh, do you get this cross? Do you get this cross? Please tell me you get this cross clear. Yeah, okay, good, good, good.
Pretty cool. I would have been upset at myself if I didn't.
You would not be the first one on this
Yeah. Oh,
this
and then
series.
yeah,
In fact,
and then all of a sudden everything kind of cleared up after
yeah.
that
Interesting.
piece.
So twice you dropped a red blue not straight down in column five. Were you waiting on a blue yellow, or or did you just not
I
see what?
think I I probably either
That's
I
is it
don't know
four?
what I was thinking at
That's
the
fine.
moment. I think it's more so like kind of trying to even it out. So if I wasted the blue red on column 4 5, then I'd have to wait for another blue red on that side.
I mean,
So I think I was trying to just get rid of 7 8 in the meantime and then come back to 4 5 whenever I get a blue yellow.
okay.
But I might have just broken it right after that.
Yeah, and I didn't know if maybe it had to do with where you're looking on the board, because again, I'm used to looking quite a bit down the board to try to make really efficient speed plays. Excuse me. Whereas with versus you can afford to stay on top of your board.
Yeah.
So
I
I
usually don't look all the way down unless there's like an
gotcha,
open column.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And no, in fact, you're gonna go 7-8 with this next one as well. So yeah, there it goes. No telling what's got you cracking up so hard, but it's probably the commentary.
I think it was Crimson and Bidwell, I think, that were doing the
Oh,
commentary, and they were funny.
I was in love with Crimson as a commentator. I've never heard her commentate before. And I was the one, I was in chat going, we're going to get you to commentate in Cincinnati. Like, period. That is going to happen. If you're
Yeah.
there, you're commentating. And I don't think she recognized that I'm one of the people who gets to make that decision. So, like, like,
Well, perfect. It'll
like,
work out.
it's going to happen. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't think she's made a national tournament since I've been here. So, or that I've made it to. So we've never actually met.
Yeah, I think she said she comes every other year. So I think she was there in 2023.
Well, maybe I
Unless
just missed her. I
unless
don't know.
unless I misunderstood.
Okay, she was there, and I either missed her or just I don't know. I was busy. We were busy.
You're so busy. I know. Yeah, super busy. I don't expect and to remember everything.
Well, she is a name to know, as I'm sure you figured
Yeah.
out. All right. So yeah, at this point you've got everything well in hand. You've made some really solid plays. It's just a matter of
Yeah, I think it was just coming. It was coming perfectly. Not enough garbage to ruin everything.
yeah,
It was a pretty steady board.
yeah. And your blues are coming in. Oh, that that had potential to be ruinous. Yeah, I was gonna say, are you thinking horizontal at any point here? It looks like that is exactly what you're
Yeah,
thinking. There we go. Cool, cool, cool.
and I had the reds come, so it was perfect. It kind of worked out.
Whew, that was a quick restart for Patrick. He was the one player. You were the two player.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
think he accidentally pressed it too
gotcha.
fast. And I think they commentated on that too.
Yeah, that's one of Chris's pet peeves. He really wants us to wait like 30 seconds to let everybody catch their breath, but we're all kind of we all
Especially
just
when you
love
lose,
going.
you want to start the next one immediately.
Yep. Double blue. 8.
I was thinking eight, but I may have put it in two so that it sets up for a combo of some kind.
A lesson from Dave Smith that I have ended up dumping into my speed game and then subsequently have tried to get rid of in my speed game. He says I never take a double vertically if I can help it. He's like, if I've got a place to put it horizontally, that's what I do with it. So he would
So
go
maybe like tucking one and two,
or
tucking an
four
under
five.
one and two,
He might just place it
or
straight
straight
down.
4 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I
The
I
the
see it.
only reason why I wouldn't do the only reason why I wouldn't do 4 5 is because I'd be afraid that if I get like a red blue,
Mm-hmm.
then I'd have to put it on 2 3. Then if
Mm-hmm.
I get a yellow blue, I wouldn't be able to make a combo from it.
Yeah, I mean it's
That's
got
the only reason. Yeah. Unless I put it on five, just vertically on five.
yeah. And with as much of the top line as there is in blue, it does make sense to try to drill some of it out of the way. Also, I mean,
Yeah.
who gets a double blue the first pill?
Right.
All right, let's see what you got. Double blue followed by blue yellow, more double blue. And yeah, it looks like that was the right call. Big surprise there. Um,
Yeah.
and I like this use of garbage. You're just like, I don't have a use for it. Let me get rid of it. And oh man, these combos are coming hard and fast.
Yeah, everything is set up perfectly.
And your speed is starting to be what's working for you.
Yeah.
Oh man, This is,
And
I mean,
watching it now, I'm like, man, they came out exactly what I needed every time.
yeah, this is a speedrunner's board. That's exactly what we would have called it. Just how fast
Yeah.
everything is coming through. I mean, you're using some garbage, but for the most part, you're not even having to use garbage much. You're just dropping stuff down, and I mean, you're already 10 viruses ahead.
Yeah. See, but this is what I was talking about, trying to keep it all level.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, even if I sometimes have to create a little bit of garbage, I try to keep everything level because if it goes up, I know for a fact that my opponent will be able to catch up. Because by the time you clear either column 1 or 8, it's gonna take way too long.
Yeah, 1 and 8 are always uh, they're kind of a bellwether for me. How does the players 1 and 8 look when they're playing the game? Oh, great setup. Um, if for speed especially, those are the ones that if you get stuck on 1 or 8, you're gone. You're gonna lose unless
Yeah.
things really work out well for you. On versus though, you see players who lose to that as well. So I agree with that. You've got a very speed mindset for somebody who says they don't think they'd be good at speeds.
Yeah, it's just because I know a lot of times I let things drop down an empty column that take way too long.
Yeah.
Just because, I gotta clear it. I gotta clear it.
All right.
So,
There's that red yellow that signals the end of that double red blitz you just had. By the way.
yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that was nasty. Yeah. No, this was the beginning. This was the sign. Love that drop. Perfect. This was the sign that things were about to get real crazy here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now you're just showing off. I love it. I love it. I'm loving the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can be good at this game and not be a fan of this game at this point in where we are.
Yeah, I enjoy just watching
Oh,
top level players
combo,
play.
combo. Red yellow into column 8 would have comboed down. You dumped a couple of them to the left, and it was just bothering me.
What? Wait, what happened if we did
So,
what?
column and the two red yellows that you've got over on the left hand side. If you dropped one of them vertically in column 8, it would have dropped the yellow into a
Oh,
combo on the red.
yeah.
Yeah, Flindo
I
mentions
was
that
looking
you're
at the
looking
log.
the fat log. Yep, that's exactly what Flindo says.
Uh, Yeah, that's what I was aiming for.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. Um, but
And I
honestly,
think because I was so ahead,
uh huh,
I didn't think about clearing that up. I really wanted to do the log.
that's fair. I'm just like any combo's a good combo. Let's get this.
Yeah,
And
I should have probably thought like that.
well, and that's another thing though. Two doubles or a quad. If you're given the choice, which do you prefer to go for?
I think it depends on who I'm playing against.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because for example, if I'm playing against Snipe,
Mm-hmm.
I take the quad.
Okay.
It's more likely that it'll give me that extra few seconds I need to create something else. But if I'm playing someone like Coop, he just I need to give him as many combos as possible.
Yeah. I think my favorite answer came from, it might have been Dave, might have been Luke, who was talking about that with a triple. They said there's a bigger difference between a double and a triple than there is between a triple and a quad. Because with a triple, something's going center column, whereas with a double, it's not guaranteed. But that the extra piece in a quad doesn't do as much as it would if you had like two doubles going back to back. because that's just more drop time.
Hmm.
And I know it's situational, but it's one of those things I'm always curious where
Yeah,
people fall on that spectrum because I'm still developing my own sense.
yeah, it's true. This is when we get into like the theory portion of
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is 100%. This channel is, or this series is a way for me to make my game better. I'm not even hiding it anymore. This is all just a subtle way for me to get better at this game, is to pick the brains of people who do well.
Well, I'm here for it, so that's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm sharing it with everybody else, so I guess that makes it sort of altruistic. But yeah, no. Overall, I'm just like, hey, let's pick your brain. How does this work in your head? Okay, you're up
Yeah,
2-0. You haven't lost a crown yet, except in the qualifier. Got a red yellow. I'm thinking 6-7 with the hopes that there's a red blue coming.
yeah, yeah, most likely. Oh, yeah, I still think 6-7 for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're kind of hoping it's a red blue so that then you're
Yeah.
setting up a combo with the red yellow that comes through and
Or the red blue. Yeah,
yeah, or a red blue, either one.
yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other place. I can't think of any other place to put him other than 6-7.
Yeah,
Just because there's
no.
no other yellow.
I mean, there's a weird edge case where you're going to get a couple of double reds or something where you might put it into like 2-3 and hope to tear the blue down and the double reds and then just use the yellow, but it's so obtuse.
Yeah,
There's you would
yeah,
The only way that comes up is if you have already looked at the entire pill set for the board and planned it out.
yeah. There's no way.
Which, by the
I wouldn't
way,
have thought that far ahead anyway.
there's a tool for that too. I don't know if
Oh man.
yeah, it's called Granivore, and you can punch in any board, and it will show you what the pill set is for it, and what boards have these pieces in these places. We use it a lot, and Flindo's cursing in the chat. Just all the X's. Oh, there he goes. He's got the Granivore link up. It's There are students of this game, and some of them are coders, so
Yeah,
it's really cool. All right, yeah. So 6-7, definitely what I'm thinking. Definitely what you're thinking. Let's see. Yeah, you both put it there. And Patrick getting a little bit of the drop on you as far as speed goes. Gets a combo early. He's definitely one of those first blood types. I respect that.
yeah.
And I respect you waiting for the combos to hit. You had some options.
I
Got a misdrop. Yep.
Yeah, I've been trying to actually be patient in my games because I know sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a combo. Someone's gonna send me garbage, so I gotta destroy that before But
Mm-hmm.
then they don't send the garbage that fast, and then I get the pill like one or two after the one I'm on. So I've been practicing being a little patient on the moves.
Yeah, patience. Oh, wow. I didn't even see that coming. Patience has been a
Yeah,
big part of my evolution in speed too, I think. Especially learning from players like Adelito and trying to figure out, what is going to be the most efficient way to get rid of everything.
yeah,
All right, so your quadrant is done, and we can see that Barrett and Sahar and Tomahawk and Crimson are, the others making it into the quarters. Of course, we know your sister took out Barrett.
yeah,
Tomahawk took out Crimson,
yeah.
and did Bidwell win his match and have to play Packy, or did level 20 high win? I feel
No, Bidwell won his match.
Okay.
He played against Packy.
Okay. Level 20 high is somebody that I met here. I don't know who else recruited him, but have you ever watched any of what he does and why he calls himself level 20 high?
I think, okay, so when we were there, I think I asked him about it briefly. I forget what he said, but I think he just said because it's like the maximum that you can go. So that's why he
That's
kind of chose it.
that's what he does. He gets on level 20
Yeah,
high and he will play until he loses. And he's gotten like 20 or 30 boards in before. Just playing that
yeah,
level 24 until he loses. Dude is an insane. There's only a couple of players who play like that. Sarah Sparkles was one of them. She used to play 20 highs just for fun, and there's such a niche. Even in this niche community, there's a very niche setup of people who do that, and they are nuts, and I love them. Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, he is. If we ever had a level 20 tournament, like a side event or something, I don't see anybody beating him.
He would win it.
One would assume.
Yeah. You know, actually talking about childhood stuff, the reason why my game got so good, and if anybody else is struggling with this, something that propelled me forward, because actually Sahar taught me this. I used to only use the A button.
Oh,
And
yep.
she's like, you have to learn how to use the B button. You have to, have to, have to. And then I started practicing it, and then my level went up. And another thing that she taught me, she said, play one player. Just practice, you know, going all the way up and seeing what you can do.
Hmm.
And as I started doing that, my level went up again. So if I would ever recommend that to anyone, is those two things, in case if they only use one button.
There are a lot of reformed single button flippers in the community.
Noizzle, for example,
Yeah.
she only uses the A button.
I believe Cat Pants is a reformed single buttoner. And I definitely have my
Okay.
preference. I don't remember which one it is, but I definitely have a preference for one button over the other. I don't single button, but I do. If I'm gonna double flip, it's always gonna be in the same direction. I think.
Yeah, I think I've always been partial to A just because that's the one I always played with.
Hmm.
So I think I'm a little biased.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I wish we had even more like the baseball levels of granularity to what we can study. You know, where we could maybe get
Hmm.
an input monitor on our players so we could see, you know, who
How many
presses
they
A more, who
press? Yeah,
presses B more. That would be so cool.
that is pretty cool. I'm sure someone in the community has the expertise to do that.
The only question is, would they be able to do it without losing time? Because if it puts even like a frame of speed difference in there, we'll get full on revolt.
Ah, that's true.
That's why the Switch
That's
players
true.
are a special breed as well, because they can play with the lag and the delay, and I'm not among them.
I can't. Even on Fightcade, when the lag happens, it
Mm,
completely throws everything off because
mm-hmm.
you're thinking, all right, it's going to come down at this speed, and then all of a sudden it stops, and it just kind of throws out your whole groove. So
Honestly, that's one of the reasons I don't play Fightcade more than I do is because there's just the slightest bit of input delay. And I don't know if it's because
yeah,
I've got this, cheap USB controller or if it is just the difference between, the distance in Fightcade and everything. I can't do it. Not at the level that I want
it,
to.
yeah, it's definitely the lag. It's something you kind of got to get used to, and you
But
know,
but I don't
I
want to
don't
get
know if
used to
I'm
it.
fully used to it yet. Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm a daredevil. It's just my play style tends to be more daredevil, and I the commentary. I will hear the commentary go, and they'll be like, "Oh, can he get a door?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is not even that high. Just give it time." Whereas on Fightcade or on Switch, that little bit, I no, it's too much.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely a difference. Something that especially after playing Fightcade, going to a live event.
Mm-hmm.
I have to play a few rounds before so I could get back into how the live version feels.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely different. Speaking of things that are definitely different, look under Geriatric Patrick's name at the very edge of the board. You will see Chris is using an original iPod.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I've handled it, so I know that's what he uses when he's playing when he's playing his music. It's on his old iPod, which is
It
crazy.
works.
Yep, yep. That and the
Yeah.
Game Boy Color. I love that thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it along. Yeah, go ahead.
No, no, no. I was just laughing and kind of reiterating.
Okay, no, 20 high beat Bidwell. So he was the one who
He
played
did?
Packy. Yeah, he was the one who ended up playing Packy.
Oh, snaps. I got it backwards then.
That's all good. All right, so there's her playing Tomahawk, and that was probably her toughest match if I had to up until YouTube played.
Yeah.
All right, so we're moving along. You're playing against Packy, three-time world champion on the other side, and I think at this point, if it's gonna be, it's gonna be.
Yeah, this was I think the most nerve-wracking one for sure because I had never played him like I said and I was worried how it was going to kind of go down.
And I mean, even in a packed field with names like Crimson, Noizzle, you and your sister, level 20 high is a really solid player uh, who made the bracket last year in nationals. Even in that, I still think you don't go into this thinking anybody but Packy is the favorite to win.
Yeah,
And
I thought so.
yeah,
Him and Noizzle were my top two, and I was like, oh man, if I have to play Noizzle, because I played her on Fightcade and she wins most of the time. So
yeah, she's a beast. She's absolutely a beast.
yeah,
We did
yeah.
get she and Crimson went to Doc's house one time. If you haven't seen this video, they made the finals of the Virus Busters League, and that was they were just like, yeah, we'll play it live. So they ended up going to Doc's house and playing it live at his place, which was so cool.
Yeah, man, we should do that again sometime.
Oh yeah. This is still practice, I think. Packy took his hand off his controller. That never happens in live unless he's waiting for drop time. I've taken to doing what I call the Packy beard scratch because during drop time I'll catch myself kind of scratching my beard, and I realize it's because I watch Packy too much. Because you watch him especially during a speed game, that's exactly what he's doing. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
I'll actually have Packy on this show next weekend or next Wednesday night. He and Savage are going to talk about
nice, nice.
their GDQ run from last week.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
So that's just going to be a blast because Packy's been trying to get into that for years to play Dr. Mario. So I'm just glad he finally got in. All right, kind of spoiled for choice here. Actually, no, it's just two good choices. Which one appeals to you the most?
6, 7
Six,
for
seven.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean 1, 2 is not bad, but it kind of ruins the yellow blue. So
Yeah, there's no
I would
combo
say 6,
waiting
7.
unless you get
Yeah,
red yellow yellow blue red yellow. That's kind of the only combination of pills. So yeah, no, that makes sense.
yeah.
All right, and identical. This is how you know you're doing well.
The exact same.
It's when both of you are playing that way at this high level, and I mean, you're practice, you're synced. Okay, he's got like 3 frames
Is
on
it?
you.
Yeah. See, that little frame makes a difference sometimes.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean,
Even until now, we're still, yeah. Even the garbage fell in the same spot.
All right. So, yeah, you've got your. Oh, that was a nice L clear. Oh, I'm a
Yeah.
fan. I'm a fan of that. As Savage would say, "You saucy minx." She said that about her own place, so it's just where we are now. Yeah, the combos are just not showing up for you, and I hate it when that happens.
I think I'm saving it, yeah, for that yellow red.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I didn't see that coming. All right, now the combos are coming in. Another double blue, and you're golden. You also had an opportunity. Let me back this up just for a second. So you've got an opportunity here. It doesn't combo, which I think is what makes it a good thing that you didn't do it. But you've got these two yellows paired up in this pit, which
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a yellow blue would have come in clutch because then you could stack blues on top, but it would have taken longer.
Yeah. I think I saw that, but I didn't do it because I didn't know if there was going to be more yellows coming.
Yeah, and I mean, what's down there is not really. It doesn't fall well. It doesn't fall onto a blue
Yeah.
anywhere. So it really, like I said, unless you're gonna stack up columns 3 and 4, I noticed that and I was like, huh, is
Yeah.
this good? And now the more I look at it, the more I realize you've made the right choice by just avoiding that altogether. Okay, I wanted to see it. Now I've seen it. All right, combo double that you were waiting very patiently for. Another combo. Yeah.
That right side, I gotta get rid of.
Yeah, your horizontals are coming along.
Yeah, I think if the regional was before Ohio, I think I wouldn't have done as well. But after playing in Ohio and then starting to play on Fightcade and everything, I think I definitely started doing better. It makes a difference playing against high level people.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. We're all neighborhood good now, and we've got like the world's largest neighborhood. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And it is kind of fun saying things like, "Yeah, I'm one of the 50 probably best players in the world at this game," and knowing that it's
Yeah, I
true.
think that yeah, and I think since I was a kid, I mean, I guess I can't remember if I've won any tournaments. So coming into this and winning this was such a big deal for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I've got psychological baggage attached to video games. I think, and
Yeah.
you know you put some self value into some of this sometimes, and just knowing, hey, we're pretty good at this thing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it it it's nice, and gosh, just yeah, I'm thinking out loud now, which is why it's coming so haltingly. Please tell me you. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, please tell me you put the double yellow on top of column one and then work the horizontal, but that is no longer viable.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
made
it's
sure that
Packy. He's not gonna let it.
nope.
Yeah, he's not gonna let me down easily. I think that was a misdrop
I
too.
I think
Eesh.
it was, but I mean, you worked it out. You made a combo out of it. That's
Yeah. See, and then like it gets stuck and it just keeps on sending it in
mm-hmm.
column 2 and 6
But
and
I
then
mean,
back to one. Like it's frustrating to say the least.
look at how just highly stacked he is, though. So you're. Oh, do you get nice, nice combo? And I mean, that column one or column two just kept getting stacked up, so it made
Yeah.
sense to try to
Yeah.
avoid that. All right, here comes the next one, and ooh, what a doozy! I know my preference. I know it changes depending on
Probably
the
one,
first pill.
2, I would say.
Yeah, and tucked under the blues.
Actually, I would put it on top so that hopefully I get the blues and then get a combo.
It's a drop
Like if
time
I get
thing.
two, yeah,
That's the reason. Because I know I can get it underneath faster than the half second that of drop time it would cause. That's purely me.
yeah,
Uh, and yeah, it's all about the fact that the speed game is about reducing drop time. Plus, I know that if I can get another red yellow, I'm gonna put it on top there, and then it's all I'm
it'll
committed
be
at that
just
point.
one. Yeah,
And then a double blue is golden. A double blue that comes after a blue yellow. Oh,
that would be the best.
yep. Yeah, this is what by the way, what commentary will do for you is you just sit there and you can see all these things and start talking about them this way. Seeing like 6 7 pills down the road is not something I ever expected to be able to do, but yeah. All right, so
It helps.
2 on top. I don't disagree. Packy does not disagree either, and he delayed it a little bit, and that's why you ended up with the garbage here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one was definitely a misdrop.
Yeah. Oh,
So, how is your survival game? Before you get just deep into it here, I'm curious. How do you feel about, your
uh,
survival play?
usually my survival game is pretty good. I never really knew how it was until I started playing everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not bad. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you've got to know where your strengths are so that you know what you're working on. So yeah, I'm hoping for a red yellow for you after this double yellow. I would wager it's not what's coming, but I'm hopeful of that for you. Oh,
Thankfully, we
never
know how it
mind.
ends. So
It ends up
yeah,
not mattering. And I think placing that vertically is the kiss of death. Because here,
yeah,
let me back it up. It's this, not this. Yeah, that piece right there. I think if you get the turn on that, then you survive at least a little bit longer. But even then, a red blue
yeah,
coming down, that's another kiss of death. You need a yellow red, you need a
yeah,
yellow blue, literally anything but that.
yeah. It was not gonna work out.
No, no, no. Okay. But yeah. Then the yellow blue comes a pill too late. The yellow red, 2 pills too late. Oh,
Yeah, it's definitely the nerves for sure.
yeah. But I
Putting
mean,
in those two wrong pieces.
even with that, survival mode is never easy. That's
Yeah,
because.
yeah, because even usually when you survive, the other person has gone down so much,
Mm-hmm.
so it's crazy.
All right, talk to me. I've got my own choices, but I'm very
Uh,
curious yours.
I would probably do 1 2.
Okay.
The reason is I save 7 8 for that combo.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't put it in 4 5 because I don't want to block the middle.
Vertical 4 is my call.
Vertical 4 makes a lot of sense.
And especially if I see like a red blue coming up or a double blue or anything that I can make, start building below those double yellows. I mean, they're stacked on top of a lot of good stuff. So, but at the same time, I could also see trying to preserve the horizontal in 3 4 with the reds and maybe stacking a red on top. If you get like a red blue, stacking that on top of
Mhm.
the yellow of the left yellow, and then you're hoping for a double yellow. I mean, there's just a lot of options there.
Yeah, but I think that's my initial thought. All of the things you said makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't dislike one
I think I
too.
was just thinking one. Yeah, I was just thinking fastest possible combo.
Hmm.
Because if you get several yellow reds,
Yeah, yeah. If you get several yellow red, I think the second yellow red I don't put into three. I think I put it into one too, and then just kind of hope
yeah,
that I'm getting because at this point I'm wanting to stack my combo on top, kind of build up what I can, and hope that I don't get a lot of garbage. And yeah, it looks worse the longer I talk about it, but I you do have the option. I get no because that doesn't even work. Okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, yeah, but Packy unsurprisingly does go for a different combo closer to what I'm
yeah,
talking about. It's the difference of the the play styles and the historical play.
yeah. I think it also has to do with, I don't know, maybe past experiences. So
Yeah,
I've always hated to risk the middle as much as I can. I avoid it.
yeah. That's gonna be another. We're gonna end up talking about. I bet about this in chess terms the way we already do with a couple of things and talking about controlling the center. It may end up becoming a
Yeah,
because
I
that's
I do play chess actually as well. I don't know if anyone else in the community does, but
I don't know that we've
I
got
definitely play
any
chess.
adamant players. Like I play puzzles on chess.com every morning. Like before I do anything else, that's the first thing I do every morning is play my puzzles. But I'm not very
Yeah,
good. I'm rated like 750 on that and please tell me you get a blue red. Please tell me you get a blue red.
that would be perfect.
Oh, I hope you get it. Oh, double blues. That's just fine too. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, cool.
That's yeah, second best, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't cause drop time, so it may be the best.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
But
See, we're pretty even at this point.
yeah, he's got a cleaner board,
Similar,
but cleaner generally means fewer combo setups.
yeah.
One of the things I always say comparing this to chess is that our top players aren't reacting to the board in front of them as much as they're reacting to uh, similar boards that they've seen, similar shapes that they've seen over the course of
Mhm, mhm.
hundreds and
Pattern
hundreds of games.
recognition.
Yeah. And in that way, I feel like
Yeah,
this is very much like chess. And apparently, chess players
yeah.
hate it when you say that.
I don't mind it. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, but you play this game, you get
A
it.
lot of similarities. Yeah. Oh, you mean the actual chess players that don't play Dr. Mario
Yeah,
don't like it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody had told me that they told a high level chess friend, that analogy, and they were like furious because they felt like it was demeaning to chess or something, and I'm like, eh, no, it's true.
No, there. I mean, it's puzzly. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So we talked about you laughing about commentary. How do you feel about being able to hear commentary?
Uh, for the most part, I'm okay. I think in Ohio, it definitely affected me more, just because everyone knew Jess and not everyone knew me. So I feel like not that the commentary was being biased, but because they kind of knew her a little bit, and everyone in the crowd knew her,
Yeah.
so it kind of like affected me. Not too negatively. I can't blame it on that, but you know,
Yeah, no, I get it. I hate it. I hate being able to hear commentary. Uh, yeah, DM Hero wears headphones, I think, and I don't disagree with that decision. Um,
yeah, I might bring some headphones this time, just so that there's not too much noise.
and as a commentator, that's one of my fears. That is one of my deep seated fears is that I'm going to inadvertently affect a match.
Yeah, because then every once in a while someone goes, "Oh," and then everyone's like, "Oh," and then you're like, "What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Was that something against me or?"
I mean, you can't help crowd noise, but
Yeah,
but with the commentary, we say things, and I'm just like, did they see something? Or did we talk about something they didn't see? And
yeah,
yeah, it's one of those things that really frustrates me is having it right there in the front. So I'm guessing you were in the. Let's see. I'm guessing the purple bracket was the one that was on DRMC, not DRMC2, because you were able to hear yourself. Yeah, it. I
I know. I think it was on two because I remember I can barely hear them. I couldn't hear it out
okay,
loud.
okay, because the
Yeah, I think
loudspeaker.
it was more the crowd that I could hear. Yeah, it wasn't on the loudspeaker for sure.
Yeah, that one worries me sometimes. Okay, interesting that you two are taking the same approach here.
Yeah, and then this one probably goes in column three afterwards, and looking for that either red blue and then or the red yellow to get a combo quick.
Because I'll tell you right now, especially with the double yellow coming right after, I'm going straight seven.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to risk that in case if we get a combo and then falls on seven and then SOL.
Well, the thing is, though, you've got a double yellow coming up next, so you can put that on 7-8 or 7 or 8, either one, and then you're just waiting for a red blue. Get that red
Yeah,
blue going,
that's
and
true.
you get yourself a combo. But again, that is very much a speed play. Like speed players would play that all day, and we would lay the seven. A lot of us would lay that double yellow horizontally on 7-8 and wait for the next one, with the hopes that we can completely take out all three of those yellow viruses. It's it's a whole
Mhm.
thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, with garbage, but that's part of the virus or the versus thing is thinking about the garbage in different ways. So, and clearly it's the right call because again, both of you very quickly, and you actually get the jump on Packy on this one. Both of you clearly want this particular play.
Yeah, that one frame makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. All right, next red yellow goes into 7-8 again, so that you're building the combo.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
and then there's that. You get the first combo. And these blue yellows
See,
are here
getting
just,
that combo really gave me an edge.
yeah, I see that.
I have to with Packy especially because he's so darn good. I have to like get in there quick because he
Yeah,
wiggles his way out, as you can see. I mean, he just he comes out of it.
and there are players that you can top out quickly, and players that you just kind of have to hope that you gain enough advantage early. And it's interesting that there are different attack styles. DM Hero is
Mm.
pretty well known for being a an early attacker. He will, he'll go for the kill early, and I think it can be detrimental to the rest of his game sometimes because if he doesn't get that kill, it's sometimes his later game isn't as solid because of it. Whereas I'm more of a speed style player, so I don't usually if I'll get the early combos if I can, but for the most part it ain't happening. And it's interesting.
Yeah,
uh, if you can pull this off situationally, that's an advantage you're going to have because most of us are kind of one trick ponies when it comes to what style of attack we take. Sorry, I rambled there.
yeah. These are just coming. No, no, no. It's good. These are just I'm watching because it's like the right stuff at the right time, and I could have probably done a couple of combos that I'm looking at now that I missed. That seems so obvious right now, but
Yeah.
looking at it from the outside, it's always like that.
So your column one's getting really stacked up. Um, and, Packy's inching his way back. Uh, you know,
As he does, as he
oh,
always
yeah.
does.
Okay, so there you get your first horizontal out of it. I was gonna say, are you worried about not being able to pull the all clear here, or is it still well within your reach?
Well, I think now I'm just using it one as like a umbrella type.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that it's an umbrella actually, but I'm just letting it slide because
Yeah, you.
uh, I can get to it later. I think that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, before you got rid of the second paired red, I was a little worried for that, but ooh, oh man, he came so close to knocking that out, and you took it in a different way than I would have, but I don't know that it made any
Yeah,
difference.
maybe you would have put the 4-5, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I would have gone the red on top, and
Yeah.
I mean it creates less
Yeah,
garbage,
and
but it
then let the
also
blue
creates
fall.
one less clear. So,
Yeah, I
tomato.
think I was thinking about just giving as many type combos as I could, like a quad if I could,
Yeah, and
or
I
a
think
triple or whatever.
I think that makes good sense here. Getting the triple again, like we were saying earlier, the triple is better than the double, more so than the quad is better than the triple. So,
Yeah.
oof, that is not the pill you wanted to see. That blue yellow was not ideal at that time period.
Yeah, but I just put it down because I was like, I might be able to make a combo out of it. So,
Oh yeah, I mean you work with the pills you got, and the speed isn't an issue yet, so it's all just kind of working out. And now I'm just trying to make sure I can see which combos you're trying to get. Ooh, that was nasty. The double yellows at just the right time. Couldn't ask for
yeah,
better
I'm
than
telling you,
that.
everything kind of worked out perfect. I wonder if I do the red horizontally or vertically on number one.
Well, the beauty, it looks like horizontally now. And
Yeah, now. But, I mean, initially, I don't know what I was thinking.
oh, wow.
That was perfect. Unlucky, of course.
Well, that's prime end game
Yeah,
strategy you were talking about. And that's something I learned from
yeah,
Packy is being able to do horizontal or vertical depending on, what's available. That that really giving yourself those choices is the smart way to play.
yeah.
So that
And it
was.
changes up so fast. You think, oh, I'm gonna do vertical. Oh no, I'm gonna do horizontal. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna come back to it. So it's always like that.
All right, so it's just like the living room again, right?
Oh man. Yeah, I think she was more nervous than I was. Because when we play, I usually win. So I think her nerves were a little bit worse.
Yeah, and yeah, there's no telling.
The way Sahar plays though, she plays it very, for lack of a better word, neat.
Mm-hmm.
Like she looks for like nice pieces to put.
Okay, nice is
Like I
in.
remember there was this one time she when we were younger, she did this thing where she would clear the board, but she would make sure there was no garbage left. So if there was one virus and one garbage, she would somehow clear it so that there was
Mm-hmm.
no pieces left on the board.
Swong told the story that when he was a kid, that's how he thought you were supposed to finish the game. Like you weren't supposed to finish a level any other way. So I always think of him whenever I see a full clear, like an all clear, a
Yeah.
completely clean board. So yeah, it's and I think if we sat and really just talked about the two, like both of your play styles separately, we would probably see those differences show up. I just watching her in practice just now, I was like, okay, yeah, she's looking for the really pretty combos and the special stuff. It's
Yeah,
it is more of a speed style, but it's more of that hybrid speed versus that, the kind of modern play style, which you see more in the current speed tournament.
yeah. I try to put pieces down as fast as possible, even if they sometimes don't go in the right spot, just to get the next pill out.
Yeah, you definitely have more of a pure speed play style. Something like what we would have seen from Betty or Cat Pants a year or two ago, before the two of them in particular hit that hybrid style that we're all kind of finding our way through right now.
Yeah.
Which, I think there's something to be said for that, and how well it can work.
Yeah, and sometimes when I watch other people's games, like for example, Cat Pants, she knows how to play. Sometimes she does things that I don't even see,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so interesting to watch all levels of play. So it's not just like watching Snipe play every time.
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
people know how to do the combos that I sometimes don't even see, and it's that bit of knowledge I think that helps the community grow.
yeah. When Influx was doing his podcast, he had Frank on, and Frank very adamant about the fact that there is something to learn from every player you watch. I always joke that
Definitely.
from me, it's this is what you don't do, but uh, you know we do we do learn a lot from very different play styles. I'm going to try to get okay. Yeah, you're both going for 3-4, and you've got the jump, but
Mm.
yeah, it's definitely the right play. 6-7 does not work for this, especially with another red blue coming down.
Yeah.
I don't know why I tend to call red first, no matter what pill it is. That's a blue red, not a red
Oh, even
blue.
if blue is
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I do that, but I
it
do that.
sounds correct to me too, though. So you're not alone.
But it's yeah, the different styles of play, the different things you can pick up. I can look back over 5 years of watching this game and go, this is what I learned from Packy. This is what I learned from Swan. This is what I learned from Dimwit. This is what I learned from Leviticus. This is what I learned from
Mhm.
Savage. And you just keep. I mean, there's a play I say I learned from Fwubs, who
Mhm.
hasn't been playing much lately, but I happen to be watching her one day and I go, oh, I see this play that I didn't know how to do before, and that makes sense. Let me start doing that now. And yeah, we're all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. But that's how we grow, right? I
Yep,
mean, that's why it's so
absolutely.
good.
All right, so yeah, 3-4, right play, right. Oh,
Yeah.
the nerves hit.
Yeah. She's the older sister, so I think there's definitely a little bit of that. But
What's
it did for her too if she messed up.
Yeah? Well, she just wrecked a combo for you. What's the age gap?
6 years.
6 years. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 18 months between me and my sister, so the
Oh, nice.
yeah, not really. No.
Oh, well, depends on
It's
how you look at it, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we grew up together. It caused as many problems
Yeah.
as it could possibly have solved.
Yeah. Siblings. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. She seems to be much more susceptible to the commentary, though. I'll have to keep that in mind. If I have to play her, I'll make sure that that we're on something where she can hear the commentary. Holy crap! I got to see that again.
yeah.
Cross clear into two drop combos. How much of that was on purpose, and how much of it just kind of happened?
Um, maybe the beginning part,
Okay,
but not
good.
all of it. Yeah,
Okay, good.
I can't see past maybe like two, at most three pieces. So if there's
Whew.
anything ever more than that, then just know it's luck.
Yeah, I mean, we're professionals. It was all planned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's planned. It is.
Yeah. That's another thing is hearing Chris refer to us as the pro players. I don't know, it feels different. And I mean, you guys are included in that. You've been around the board, around the block. You've gone 1-2 in a turn in a freaking live event. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
we're what he considers the pros because we go to the tournaments. We're here specifically for that. We're not the walk ups.
yeah, that's true.
And it's funny. There's just different levels of play. All right, what'd you see?
No, I was saying she's keeping up pretty well. I don't even remember how I ended up winning this.
Well, I mean,
She she's ahead, and her board looks better too.
we were sitting uh, in the Airbnb watching the day's games, and we were watching your sister play, and all of us were like, how does she lose this? Because we knew she had lost, and nobody could remember when. And it was a match that we
Yeah,
thought she had lost, and all of us were going, oh, she didn't. Okay, and I just remember that moment of going, oh, okay, yeah, this was. There's a reason that this is the player we remember. Oh
yeah,
man, nice.
yeah. That way I could get everything down.
Yeah. Ooh, that yellow comes in one more to the right, and it's a different game. I think
Yeah,
that's the weird thing is
yeah.
that for
Looking back on it, I don't know how I did this. I'm so surprised.
for all of
What were you
the
gonna say? I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I'm interviewing you, not the other way around. For all of the control we have in this game and all the things that we focus on and do so much of, the RNG of the of the where the garbage goes is still so random.
Yeah,
It's so
I've
weird.
ever tried to figure out if there was any even a little bit of a type of rhyme or reason to it, and I've never been able to figure anything out. The only thing I could think of is sometimes where you put a pill, then it falls usually on that spot. I don't know.
Usually,
That's just the only thing that I've noticed.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
I know that if you get a triple or a quad, one of the pill halves will land in columns 5 or 6 or 4 or 5.
4 and 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
the
has
center
to.
columns will hit. According to Flindo Dimwit, who is a computer scientist by trade, says that it's frame based.
Yeah,
So,
which means what exactly?
which frame you hit it on, or which frame the combo hit on, will determine where the garbage goes.
Oh,
That doesn't
yeah,
surprise
sometimes it
me.
feels like it's yeah, but it sometimes feels like it's on purpose. Like Dr. Myers, like, you know what, this is gonna ruin your game a lot more than if
Mm-hmm.
it fell to the left. And it just I hate that so much. But I
Well,
think everyone does, right?
yeah. I mean, we're all dealing with the same RNG here.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I mean, and there's only 8 options, so there's a 1 in 8 chance. If only one column will ruin your day, there's like a 1 in 8 chance. That's where it's going,
Yeah.
and actually
It
more
just
than
feels
that.
like yeah. It just feels like it's much higher.
Yeah,
It's like a 50% chance.
25, I think, because it is because they don't come in isolation. There's always two of them.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I mean, they will always come boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I think there's like four different ways they can come because they're always. Oh no, I guess they're not always three apart. No, I don't know the garbage RNG. I don't know how it works.
We'll just leave it to random for now.
Yeah,
That way we don't.
when the meta gets to the point to where you're trying to hit a specific frame so that the RNG will do that, I the meta is too far gone for me. That's when
Yeah,
I'll know.
agreed.
When the teenagers are
Agreed.
playing and they can pull that off, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm sure someone will figure something out.
Yeah. In case you haven't picked up on it, there is a visceral fear in the community that teenagers will discover this game. And like
Might, but I think we're pretty good. We can handle it.
for now,
I hope. Yeah. I think we should be fine. Even if they pick it up, I don't know. I'm not gonna even say anything. I don't want to jinx anything.
I I like to rip on Tetris a little bit just for fun. One of the differences between Tetris and Dr. Mario is how much critical thinking goes into this game, how much constant decision making happens. Whereas with Tetris, the number of top lines and the number of pieces is so limited that you know you watch
Yeah.
these world record runs. They're talking to their community right up until it gets to the hard pieces to see. Like it's max speed, and they're just like they're not even thinking about the game because it's all automatic. You cannot do that with this game.
Yeah, I think Tetris is more of like, I don't know. I don't want to downplay it, but it just requires more speed and kind of get like the pattern down
It's an execution game.
fairly easily. Yeah. But whereas Dr. Mario, there's so much to it.
Hmm.
There's so much that goes into it. Your strategy completely changes after one garbage falls.
Yeah, yeah. It's a strategy based game more so than Tetris can be. Even the versus mode in Tetris, which so few people have even played because you can pretty much only play it originally on Game Boy. It's the worst you're gonna do is like raise up and I don't. Have you played a versus mode where or even like Tetris 99 stuff like that?
I've played Tetris a little, never played them that in depth. I don't think I've played the one where you kind of raise up the opponent's
That's
level.
literally all it does is it just raises up the opponent's level, and it's always like it just basically leaves you a perfect spot for an eyepiece. So literally all it does is your opponent gives you the opportunity for a Tetris. It's
Oh,
even
oh,
in
there you
verses,
go.
it's not as critical as this one. All right, so red
So
yellow.
I was looking at this. I would do 2-3,
Okay.
and I know that 6-7 would work,
Mm-hmm.
but I would do 2-3 because I would keep the red in six
Mm-hmm.
for the blue in five. That way I can do that.
I think
Even
that's
though you might be able to get a combo faster if you put it in 6-7.
I think that's fair, and I think on top of your reasoning, the fact that the double yellows in seven reveal another red, whereas the yellow in two reveals a blue, makes a big difference because it's another speed thing. We're constantly looking for diversity of our top lines, and
Uh-huh.
that having red in your 6 7 8, that just looks like a recipe for disaster to me.
Makes sense actually. Never thought about it like that.
Speed play. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
I gotta get into it apparently.
it's a different beast, but you come to the same conclusion. So yeah, I like your decision on that. Oh, you didn't go for it.
I did, yeah, I did the exact opposite of what I said. The thing that made sense.
Yeah,
I guess I was trying to go for the quick combo.
and I mean you got it, so you're already
Yeah.
you're already in the better position. Ooh, she's gonna get the
Yeah,
gold.
this one. Being compared to the last one, I was like, I'm so much more ahead in this one.
Yeah. And
Well, we'll see. I mean,
it's possible. Oh, that pit. That is something we see from players like Snipe who somehow have figured out how to avoid building those pits like you've got in five.
yeah,
In fact, I saw him do something. I called it a bridge, kind of like what you're doing
where he
now.
puts the piece.
Yeah, where he just kind of bridged the
Yeah,
gap so that if he got garbage, it wouldn't fall all the way. It's it takes so much more pre-planning. Snipe is a special case for some stuff like that. He's weirdly good at that.
he, I, I think he's spent time reviewing a lot of these things that we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
which uh, I think gives him the edge. Because when I see him play, he plans like two, three moves in advance.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I can't do two, three moves in advance. I can maybe do a couple, but he does like three, four.
yeah.
So I don't know.
He's a student of the game, that's for sure, and
Yeah.
it shows. It really does.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the time you put into it is what you get.
Are you going to be watching some tape on him, knowing that you're going to be playing him here in just a couple of months?
I probably when it gets closer to November, I think I'm gonna sit down and do a lot of studying
Mm-hmm.
because then I'll stay fresh in my mind.
Yeah,
But as of right now, I'm not really doing too much studying.
yeah. It's quite a stacked field
And
in
you know what
the.
it is? I think a lot of play styles sometimes, you know, clash.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes maybe someone is better than someone, but then their play styles don't clash, and then, then they win or lose based on that.
Yeah, yeah. I could see that. It's going to be interesting. I think this immunity pool. Oh, you didn't go for the horizontal on the red and ended up blocking off a horizontal on the yellow down at the bottom. Don't think it's no, it's not going to be critical. Just interesting to me.
Mm.
Trying to read your mind here.
Yeah, I don't even know how to read my mind in this case. Watching it back, I don't remember.
Okay, there's your horizontal. And it's going to be, you said you one of that horizontals were one of the things you feel like you need to work on. It's going to be interesting to see if you go through the it's a phenomenon I don't know how to oh man, that garbage. It's a phenomenon I don't know how to define other than saying it's like the learning process, the learning curve. Everybody
Yeah.
who is working on horizontals in particular goes through a phase where that's all they see. It's like that old adage, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Um, People, you can tell they're doing it if they're learning horizontals. They are. What, you checked your watch in the middle of a game?
I
Um,
think because I was waiting for the garbage.
oh, okay. Just checking.
I
Um,
don't know.
yeah, they go through. Everybody goes through a phase when they're learning horizontals where they just that's all they see. So it doesn't matter if it's the best player or not. They're making horizontals, and it's going to be interesting to see if you go through that as a
I
versus
might have to.
specific player.
Yeah, I think I need to go back to just practicing one player
Yeah,
games and kind of just focusing on certain things, whether it's horizontal or tees or
yeah.
whatever it is.
I will say if you can get your hands on a copy of the SNES game, it's at or N64 or any of the more modern ones, they have versus modes built in. That's they're not very good. At least the SNES
Mhm.
one is not. They don't know how to do combos to save their digital lives, but they are good for giving you reps and forcing you to kind of figure out where your combos are. So like what I think I was on 10 or 14. It must have been 10, and had the computer down as low as like 3 and was still winning because I was having to teach myself to find the combos quickly enough to stun lock the opponent so that they wouldn't be able to get.
Wouldn't be able to finish. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course,
Oh, not a bad idea.
if it requires doing underclears and stuff, they're really dumb about that too. They're not great with horizontals. It's not a perfect system. It's not going to help you beat Snipe, but it
Yeah,
is.
but it's to have something fighting back, basically.
Yeah. And I think there is also a versus trainer as well. You'll have to ask the Discord.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Giving me some good ideas.
It's what I do.
Got
I
some
I,
homework to do.
I know things. Been in the community long enough. 3-4.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's not
Three,
ideal, but
four.
it's the best you're gonna get with what you got. And if it's three yellow reds, then it's 3-4, 3-4, 4-4.
Yeah, or even two yellow reds and any yellow would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
enough.
Cool, cool. All right, let's see what happens. Yellow, red, yellow, red. Yep. Oh, see, you did exactly what I said. I feel vindicated. And oh, wow, that was a nasty bit of garbage she sent you. You did get it cleared up, and you're gonna not get the combo again. This garbage has been critical, and
Yeah,
that L clear is probably the game changer.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that. I think we're going to a game 4.
I think I finished it on this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, nice, nice. Saw that double red. I was kind of
I
hoping
also
that
think
was.
there's a bit of a lag, I think, from when you see from what I see.
There is. Yeah, sorry. I should have mentioned that when we were prepping for this. Uh,
So when you see it and you say it, I'm like, okay, there it is.
yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Okay, combo.
No, it's coming pretty good for me, luckily.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. See,
ooh.
I've noticed these. Yeah, I know that kind of ruined it, but I've noticed these teas a lot more now than I did before. I know for a fact I've seen them more now.
All right. Only play here that made me stop. This red yellow, if you take it vertically in 4, you get the cross. That you get the
Yeah,
T clear you were looking for.
yeah. That's funny because I see that for sure, and I was surprised that I didn't do that.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this way does do a much quicker clear that doesn't require. Oh, you get it anyway. That doesn't require drop time
Yeah,
and doesn't build the pit in 4, because that is a negative that has just cropped up. Is you've got this pit in 4. Uh, you know, she starts hitting triples, and then all of a sudden you're looking at that.
yeah. See, and there it goes, that pit.
Yeah. So I could see the benefits of doing it the way you did it, and kind of delaying or even avoiding that what I would consider a necessary clear because I'm a speed player. Um, Ooh, get a little shuriken there. Nobody's been consistently able to hit a combo that looks like a shuriken enough for us to call it one. I'm waiting for that day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ooh, nice horizontal.
For the most part, while watching this, I do see the way I'm playing. Like I would make a lot of the same decisions,
Hmm.
whether they're right or not.
I
But
mean,
sometimes I'm like, man, why didn't I do it the other way?
oh, a quick reminder: you did win the tournament, so you know there is that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Listen, you're far from the first person who I've said that specific thing to, because we're all trying to get better, and you know, I have lost matches that I was like, man, I'm happy about that match because I feel like I played my game, and then I've won matches where I've been like, I really don't like the way I played there, and I've come away from a loss feeling better than coming away from a win before,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, it's about what you can do with the game. It's not about who comes out on top a lot of times.
Even watching it now, I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Ugh,
Learning.
This, yeah. Some of these pieces, man.
What you were doing was teaching your future self.
Yeah. I think that's definitely part of it though, is to sit back and actually analyze the games
Hmm.
one piece at a time even almost.
Yeah, I think doing that, and it's just so beyond the scope of what we're able to do in the format that I've got here. But stuff like that is what has made some players. Savage spent some time under the tutelage of Dimwit and learning, and she'll talk about what Leviticus has done for her and everything. And
Mm.
yeah, a lot of it has been that let's look at every pill and see what the ideal and optimal play is based on what's in front of you, what could be in front of you, what is coming next, what might be coming next. There's so many facets to this game to look at.
Yeah. Going back to that chess analogy, right? I
Yep.
mean, it's very similar.
But then sometimes you feel like Kevin Costner in Tin Cup and go, yep, just grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Because that's T. Pullman last week when we were talking. One of the things that he mentioned is that game time comes. I'm at my best when I stop thinking, and I was like, I totally get that. If you've got the instincts built up, then you're not thinking mid game. You're just reacting to what's in front of you. Again, back to that same chess analogy.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Ooh, man, you turned this one around. This one, she had you, and then you just turned on the jets.
That was it.
Yep. So
Dang, man. That was crazy.
so how's it feel? You're in your second ever tournament and blasted right through.
Yeah, it's surreal a little. Winning was definitely it was a strange feeling.
Yeah,
I think because it was also against my sister, and I don't know, it was just a bunch of things together. But it was a great feeling, of course.
of course. Yeah. Yeah, nice trophy. I don't even see
I,
Chris always has something random to give people, and I never know what it is.
yeah,
Oh, that was the amiibo, wasn't
it's
it?
one of the Dr. Mario, yeah, amiibo. I have it right next to my laptop that I play 5K on. So
All right. Well,
hopefully it's a good reminder to do good.
to give you a reason to try to come to Louisville, have you seen the prize for the Louisville tournament?
Was it the baseball
It
bat?
is a freaking baseball bat.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
There are three different players who have one, and it's an incredible. It's the best trophy in all of esports. I think is that stupid baseball bat. It's so awesome. Like it's got our logo on the
It
side
does
and
look nice.
everything,
Yeah,
and nobody's taken home a
man.
second one, so that's pretty cool.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm not flying anymore, so I don't have to worry about running the risk of winning one and trying to get it onto a plane. Uh,
Well, we have one more regional left, right? In
yeah, yeah.
Hartford,
There's
if I'm not
Hartford coming up,
mistaken. Yeah.
and that's a couple of weeks, a month. I don't really know off the top of my head. It's the
I
middle
think
of
it
the
was at the
busy.
end of September.
There you go. It's the middle of the busy season for the library world, so I'm 100% just barely holding it together some days. Um, yeah, so we've got Hartford coming up, and then Cincy in like, gosh, 4 months, and then we
Yeah,
just
it's right around the corner.
turn around and do it all over again. Do you think you'll
Looking
travel?
forward to it every time.
Do you think you'll travel more next year? Maybe make it to.
You know, I almost went to the Arizona one, the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of just driving because it's only like an 8 hour drive,
Right.
but I didn't want to do it alone, and no one was gonna come with me, so I didn't. Otherwise, would have been one I would have gone to, but I don't think I would fly to any.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I'm lucky because I fly out of Orlando and Spirit's there, and for all the crap they get, it is a very cheap way to fly, especially if you don't need a lot of luggage. And
Yeah.
I just basically pack an overnight bag and off I go. And even with that,
Spirit has gotten better over the years.
I
They
agree.
have gotten better over the years. I don't. We flew Spirit actually. My sister and I when we came to Columbus, and it was decent.
Yeah,
It was fine. The seats were okay. I mean,
yeah.
for what you get, for what you pay, you know.
But even with that, I've still only flown to Columbus and Louisville. I'm not making the flight up to Philly or Phoenix or anything. It's just such a long
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Coming from California to Ohio is like a 5 hour
Mm-hmm.
flight. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in the same boat I am. You're just so isolated from the rest of the country when it comes to being able to do stuff like this. Um,
yeah, a lot of stuff is on the East Coast.
we may do Seattle again. I don't know. I know we did it last year, so that's at least another West Coast option.
We
Uh,
had one in Washington, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's closer, I guess.
right.
It's only a couple hour flight.
I mean, it's West Coast. It's better than trying to fly to Hartford. All right. Well, that was fun to watch. I know we kind of zipped right through it, but we're closing in on that 3 hour time limit I usually set myself. Anything else that you
Yeah,
want to talk about or say about the whole kit and caboodle, where we ended up, how it was, all that?
just that I really, really do appreciate the community. I mean, I know they just sound like words, but it's really, really comforting to know that everyone is there to support and have a good time. And even when you lose, you have a good time, you know? And
Yeah,
that usually doesn't happen in anything else. So that's my biggest takeaway of this whole thing.
yeah. There, and I definitely am with you there, and I think anybody who has spent an appreciable amount of time with this community, especially at live events, feels the same way. That you just there's something different. There's some really great folks who make a difference in this esports world. They make your life better by being part of it, and you can't always say
Agreed.
that about everywhere else you go. So,
Yeah,
well, you guys
very,
have
very true.
you guys have definitely been a part of that. You have made the community better by just being there. So we appreciate you guys as
Thank
well,
you.
and
Thank you. Thank you.
cannot wait to see you guys in just a few months in Columbus or Cincinnati. See, I did it now too.
Yeah, Cincinnati. I'm still doing it.
It's because it's been in Columbus for so many years. It was in Philly before that, and I think it was in
Yeah.
Portland before
Okay.
that because that's where Tetris is done or used to be done. So anyway, all right. Well,
All
as
right.
as always, a big thanks to my guest Pezmaster. You don't have a Twitch channel, right?
I do not
Okay,
actually.
so you can
Maybe
find
maybe one day.
you can find Pezmaster on the DRMC Discord or on Fightcade. Uh, Maybe someday we will find him on Twitch as well, but you will definitely be able to see him in Cincinnati, where he will be in the immunity pool trying to get one of those coveted top spots. Uh, if you are watching this on Twitch right now, don't forget that you can see the entire episodes on YouTube and shortened versions over on Spotify. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, hey, you can check this out live during a Twitch channel. You can get into the comments, and who knows, maybe I'll pay attention to it. I don't know. I've always got so many cool people to talk to. Reminder that this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, figure it out wherever you are. I'll be talking to Frank. You will not want to miss that one. And as always, till next time, be good, be safe, be happy. We'll see you soon.